Hello, welcome back to another Plan With Me video. I will be recapping the week of November 20th and setting up the week of November 27th. Oh my gosh, December 1st is, what is it, Friday? Next Friday, just a few days away. Crazy. I was tempted to move into my like Christmas kind of setup, but I have not had time this weekend to do that. Today is Sunday. You know how I have been doing my Plan With Me's on Saturdays so that I can do like film and edit on Saturday and then post on Sunday, but I was very busy yesterday, so here I am. I almost didn't get to this today because we have something that we have to go to today. It's been a very busy weekend and I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it, and I'm so glad that I have a light week coming up. Okay, so let's recap last week. Here is my weekly dashboard. I didn't really get to a lot of my tasks. I did work on inserts, and I'm changing my inserts up for next year just a little bit, where I'm going to do cursive for the date instead of the typewriter print, but I'm going to keep everything else the same. But I feel like I need some cursive in my inserts. So yes, I did work on my inserts. I'm plugging away at my half-letter sized inserts. So let's see here. Finish my 2024 goal planning. So numbers wise, yes. Here is last week's. Oh my gosh. Here is my business planning. So I had my business planning clinic on Wednesday, and it was 6 hours. It was all day, but it was so good. I took so many notes. But as you can see, I made lots. So I didn't bring correction tape with me. So I was just like scribbling and redoing some numbers because, yeah, things are much more clear for me. It's so in-depth, this business planning clinic. So the way that I was counting my appointments I was counting everything, including people who were not ready to sell yet. Like I was just going and providing a CMA for them, a comparative market analysis, but they're not looking at selling yet. So yeah, I was counting those where I should only count for my true conversion on appointments of who is selling, and count only those appointments to get my true conversion. So anyhow, so I fixed that. And just some of my ratios here I had to change due to the conversion being different. So yeah, it's quite messy. So it is now done. I still need to do my GPS and my habits and routines. Need to do some brain dumping on that. My previous year reflection is done. I need to do my values. What I did was I brought up I went and looked through my storage binders of my classic inserts. And I pulled these old Franklin planner inserts out to see, like, when I was first sort of getting into the Franklin planner system. One thing I do love is they have their starter pack or starter kit. So if you would like something like this, I highly recommend their starter kit. It maps out exactly how to do your goals. I learned so much from doing that, and I did it for years, and now I just kind of make my own. But so anyhow, so I pulled out their values because I knew I wanted to do my values and my clarifying statements, but I wanted to go through my old ones just to get some inspo. So that's what I did. I pulled these out. So there's the values. And then I'm thinking of adding the time matrix into my system because that's something that I need to remind myself of. Live north of the line, if you remember that. So important and urgent. Yeah. And then things that could be delegated and things like that. Like not everything you need to do. So, yeah. So anyhow, I brought those up. So I'm going to be working on that this coming week. And then just starting to work on my big, hairy, audacious goals. So in my CEO section, I'm pretty sure, yeah, here it is. So I redid this. So this is why, guys, it's taking me so long to open up a planner shop, because I'll design what I want on Canva, right? Then I print it out and start using it. I'm like, this needs to be changed. That needs to be changed. The font needs to be bigger, this and that, a whole bunch of things. Okay, so this is first draft. This is second draft. And then I still found, so I changed the order that I had them in that made sense based on how I'm analyzing my numbers. So first we start with recapping last year. This is all last year's numbers. Okay. And then that doesn't go there. Wait, step 1. Here we go. I should number them. Yeah. I don't know why that's like that. See, this is why I'm like, okay, I got to redo this. So this is next page. And then, so figuring out goals based on last year's goals. So you put your recap here. What were your numbers from last year? So even though they're here, it's just transferring them here and then doing the math to figure out goals for this year or for the following year, right? And then figuring out the opportunity in your database. That's really important based on how many contacts you have in your database, how many potential transactions are there in there, and then doing that math and then putting it all together. Okay. And then the GPS and oops. Oh, no wonder I'm confused. I'm looking at the old one. My goodness. I bet you guys all saw that and you're like, what is she doing? Anyway, so here's the newer one. So it's just more streamlined and makes more sense. And I added in sales volume because I didn't have that in the other one. Okay, so then this is last year's activity and then going through your previous year reflection, which makes sense after you've just analyzed your numbers from last year, then you go through and really reflect, which I did do in my previous inserts, but it was just too small. So that was one thing I made a note of here. This needs to be 2 pages. We need more room. And then I put lines in so that it didn't look so crammed and messy. Okay, so I've already done this. I'll be transferring it over. And then here is figuring out the goals for next year, like for the following year. And then I realized these 2 things, the calculations were already done. So those should just go up there because this information comes from here. Like all of this, and then you just plop it here, and then you have all the information you need here to do your numbers for the following year, right? And then here's the potential in your database, and then breaking it down per quarter, per month, and then putting all of them, so it's just one place. And then the values, which I still need to do, big, hairy, audacious goals, my big why, my GPS, right? And then habits and routines, and then my ideal schedule. I've been wanting to have something like this in my planner for a while, so I figured it would make sense to go with the business plan. And based on the habits and routines, my big why, GPS, everything, what's my ideal schedule look like? So anyhow, I've revised this again, like taking these out, moving this up, things like that. Again, moving those up, and then I played around with the size of the fonts a little bit. So I'll be printing that out today, but for the meantime, I do still have it in here. And this will live in my CEO section so that I can reference it throughout the year. Okay, so that's that. So goals are done as far as I know my numbers for next year. I know how many appointments I need to book and leads and all that good stuff. I just need to do all the other stuff that goes along with goal planning, which is, rolls and big rocks, values, all that stuff that goes along with whether you have a business or not. It's still important to know what your values are. They can be personal, a combination of personal and business. They can just be business, like whatever works for you. Okay. And then script our intro video. Oh, I have not done that yet. Did not do that. I didn't get to my human design modules, didn't get into any content planning. And then I did not look into, because what I'm going to do for 2024 is I'm going to print out the first quarter, and then I was going to phone a company to ask what would they charge to just cut them. Because let me tell you, it is tedious cutting my inserts every month. So I haven't done that yet. Okay. But as far as my work routines, I did my follow-up. I didn't do it Wednesday because I was at the business planning clinic, but I made up for that day on Friday. And then I entered my stats. I just entered all my stats So I entered my stats Monday, and then I entered my stats for Tuesday to Saturday today. I didn't do any personal routines. And then as far as sharpen the saw, my routines, like my evening routine and morning routine, Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. And then rest and digest was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I did not get to any of my human design. Hopefully I can carve out some time this week. So yeah, rest and digest. I didn't do it daily, but I am more in my body this past week, which has been, it's been making a difference. And for example, usually when I'm really busy, I just keep going and I don't know when I'm like burning out until I'm burnt out. But this week I'm more on top of it, where I'm like, no, I'm not just going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. It's like, no, I need a couple hours before I tackle that next appointment or project or task or whatever it is. So that's progress for me. And then reading before bed, I did read like 3 times this week. Don't remember the exact days. I'm making good progress in my book. And then I didn't get to my human design. This is my week here. My time blocked ideal schedule. So I got everything done, just not necessarily in this time. So yeah. Because there's some days that I woke up at 9, but then there's other days that I didn't wake up till 10. So then my whole day was kind of pushed. So here's Monday. Oh my goodness, look, I got up at 11. There was a couple nights this week I slept 11 hours. I couldn't believe it. It's like I went to bed early and I still slept in. I've just must be really like needing sleep right now. So anyhow, so I did my calls. We went for a hike. Had some great CEO time. And then I started making chicken soup on Sunday. So I had to finish that up. Right? Yes, it was Sunday I started that. So I make it from scratch and I boil it in my, or maybe I did it on Saturday. No. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, so chicken soup. Tyler had a really good lead from his open house on the weekend. So he called him earlier that day and then had some kind of objections he didn't know how to overcome. So then we called the client together. We were on the phone with him for half an hour and I overcame all the objections while Tyler shadowed. So that was that. And then we watched our show. And then I had some crafting time, which always makes me happy. I love ending my day that way. And then got all my work tasks done. And then on Tuesday, I did not get all my work tasks done. Yeah, we had showings for hours. So I did some calls and then showings, and then that was me. So tasks didn't get done. And then we finished Peaky Blinders. I think it was that day. Guys, have you seen that show? Oh my gosh, it is so good. So we're officially done now. And oh, we loved it. And I've found out that they are doing a movie that will be released next year. I'm so excited. What a good show. And my in-laws and I have one of my good friends, one of my best friends, they've been talking about it for a while. Like, you should watch it. You should watch it. So we finally watched it. And I'm like, oh my God, they didn't tell me it was that good. Yeah, highly recommend. Okay. And then Wednesday, the business planning clinic, filmed my market minute while I was there. And then I crashed. I had like an hour-long bath, reading my book, just shutting the world out. It was great. And then I like to relax at the end of the day and watch shows. Usually we watch one and then I'm off doing other things, like whether it be for work, working on my business, or planning stuff, or, you know, crafting stuff. But I was just so tired this week. I just crashed on the couch. I haven't done that in a long time. But yeah, so we did showings for a few hours here, follow-up calls, did yoga this day. So that felt nice. Look at that. Slept again till 11. Like, I even wrote OMG because I went to bed early because I was so tired from the business planning clinic. Yeah, so that's that. And then this is Friday. Did my calls. And then I did a dance workout. I haven't done that in a few months. So it felt amazing. What We're watching The Queen's Gambit. I've seen The Queen's Gambit a long time ago, but because the main character was in the last 2 seasons of Peaky Blinders, my husband was like, I think I want to watch that Queen's Gambit now, because she's a really good actress. And he's loving the show. It's so good. And now I'm really enjoying it the second time around. It's such a good show. And I'm watching Sex Education. It's like a British show. It's so funny. Yeah, anyways, and then I worked on my goals. And then yesterday, Saturday, we had a listing appointment in Stratford, which is about half an hour from us. So that was a really good appointment. It turned actually into a buyer appointment as well. So they also need to buy. So that was good. So yeah, we're going to start looking at homes. They want to buy first. So yeah, very happy about that. So it's a buy, and we'll be selling their house as well. And then drove home, and then yeah, just more. I worked on Canva for a few hours actually. That is tedious. Let me tell you, that is tedious. And then here we are to today. So I'm filming now. We have a celebration of life that we need to go to. A future client of ours, but we do a lot of business with him. He's a carpet installer, and he does a lot of our properties before we list them. He's such a great guy, and his wife passed. So we're going to go to that celebration of life today after I'm done filming. All right, so that was my week. Hope that wasn't too boring for you. So a week recap was my compass card and my numbers. So here are my numbers here. So I did +6 for contacts, but leads, just 1 lead out of 5, so -4. And then appointments booked, 2. So +1, appointments held, +1, no contracts signed yet, no firm deals. And this is just the breakdown here. And then what worked, I got my calls in. So I didn't fall behind on that, because I am now officially starting on my 2024 numbers. It goes November to October, even though you see in here, I am always looking at year to date, right? Like January, like calendar year. Where the heck are they? Oh, year to date numbers, right? So you see me in here every time I do my recaps that I'm looking at, like it's January to December. So I don't think I'm going to change that to go from October to November. I think it's still neat to look at the calendar year to see my numbers. But anyways, yeah, so now I am officially starting on 2024's numbers. So I want to make sure that I do not get behind on that. And then what didn't work, I just skipped that one. And then sharpen the saw, we already talked about that. And then use of my time, I did a lot less scrolling this week and a lot more reading, which was nice. All right, that is that. Let's look at my quarterly goals. I was looking at this last night going, oh my gosh, it's almost time to set goals for December. And December is like kind of a write-off as far as like real estate shuts down the last 2 weeks. So I don't know how much, like how in-depth my goals will be for December. But so for November, my goals were morning and evening routines on work days. I feel like I've made a good effort on that. Has it been consistent every single week? No, but I've been making progress on that. And focus on detox diet, yes. Apart from twice this month, I've avoided processed like sugar, carbohydrates. There was one night that I had like a very small bowl of chips, and I get the Covered Bridge chips, and they're just plain potato chips made with coconut oil and salt. That's it. There's none of the other junk in them, like your bad seed oils like canola oil or vegetable oil. I can't eat those anyways because they all typically have gluten in them or like garlic powder. So, and I can't have those. So yeah, I did have a small bowl of chips, and then I did have some popcorn, like, I don't know, maybe like not even a small bowl. Like it was so little because I don't do well with popcorn, but oh my gosh, it was like, what flavor was it? It was pumpkin spice latte flavor. Oh God, probably nothing good in there. So I didn't have much. And I had a stomach flare up last night. I'm wondering if it was due to that, but I had the popcorn like 2 days prior. So, I mean, it still could have been. It could be anything you've eaten within 3 days. So, anyways. So, yeah, I've been doing pretty good on that. I haven't done 2 human design modules. There's still time. There's still time. I might be able to get a couple done this week. And then my yoga challenge, yeah, that is just out the window. I don't know why I set that, because I'm doing a lot of hiking. We've been so lucky. We've had a very mild November, so we've been doing a lot of hiking. And yeah, I haven't gotten to the yogas every day like I wanted. Business goals, my 2024 goal planning, that will be done. Planning blog content. We just have not had the time to really sit down and do that. Finish my inserts. My inserts for personal wide size are done, but I wanted to finish all sizes. That was a little ambitious. And then working on our PDFs. Ryan has been working on that. Our intro video, already talked about that. Yeah, so these are videos for work we haven't done yet. And then team photos, obviously, I don't think that's going to happen in November. And then where I am for this quarter, we wanted to focus on automation. Getting there. Me continuing with my human design experiment and journaling about it. I have not been journaling about that. Role play weekly. I haven't been role playing every week. I have been making a strong focus on resting. And then strength focused workouts. I kind of got off of that. I did pretty good in October, and then November it's been so much hiking. So I need to get back to that. Film content for work. I did film some, but not as much as I wanted. I wanted to film some video testimonials, but that didn't happen either. And then the real estate blogs. So this is for the quarter. So I still have, I think December we'll be able to get some stuff done, because we're probably won't be so busy with real estate. I mean, we'll be busy showing homes, but I won't be like doing my calls and stuff like that for the last 2 weeks of the month. So yeah, I should be able to get some of that done. Okay, so now we are going to go to my big rocks, rolls and big rocks, and do my compass card, choose my rolls and big rocks for this coming week. Okay, oh, you know what I realized? I printed out some more compass cards, but I haven't cut them yet. And I forgot to choose the cut lines. So I need to do a little old school tracing here. Where's my pencil? There it is. So that I know where to trim. So I'm just going to do one for now. I'm not going to print them all while I'm filming, because that would be pretty boring for you guys. It's getting dark. It's like 2 o'clock, but it's a cloudy day today, so I've got to turn on my light. Okay, so I'm going to run through this, and I will review it with you when I'm done. Okay, so I don't know that much has really changed. So rest and digest, of course, reading before bed, my human design, and then I want to make a list of personal expenses. So for example, for my chiropractor, like my personal wellness, just to get an idea like for budgeting, you know, how much ideally if I do a physio appointment every month and a massage every month and, you know, regular check-ins with my chiropractor, things like that, like how much does that cost? All right, because prices have gone up like crazy for everything, including personal care. And then my CEO team leader role, pretty much everything that I had on last week, like I didn't get to like getting there with the goals, but we had no time to shop for our pop buy items and to start our calendars. So that is going to be continued. And then my realtor role, I really want to focus on following my schedule and then checking with my sister and my dad. Yeah, so that's that. All right, so next up is to check my month calendar. I don't know if I put my listing appointment on there this month. Here we go. No, I did not. Okay, that's done. I didn't do the part 1 of that, so I'm probably not going to be doing part 2. Okay, so that is done. Now it's time to schedule my week, and I'm going to reference my master task list as well as this week's tasks, see what I'm going to be migrating over, and yeah, and then scheduling my week. Cannot believe last week of November. Are you guys in the Christmas spirit yet? I'm not yet. We haven't done any decorating. We keep talking about it, but then, you know, it's just been so busy that we're like too tired at the end of the day. So today would have been a great day, but I don't know, we'll see how we feel after we get back from being at our friend's house. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I am done. So here is how it looks. My weekly tasks. I don't really have any top follow-up this week. Personal routines, sharpen the saw down there, and then time block schedule. So I've highlighted my routines so that they are very noticeable. So my goal is that my morning routine is done by 10, and then I have breakfast, and then I do my market intel so that I'm prepared for my calls. Do my calls every day at 11, then CEO time after, quick lunch, more work. I didn't write down what that would be, so it's just based on the needs. Could be more CEO time, could be could be just other things, and then exercising at 3. My AM routine does involve some sort of movement, whether it be stretching or my physiotherapy stuff, but yeah, so I have the exercise in there as well, whether that be a hike or yoga or dance or strength training, whatever whatever my body needs that day. And then here's my week. I just printed the other day when I was at the office on Wednesday. I just used the printer paper that was in the printer at work, and you could see it's awful. Like, it bleeds through. shadows through. It's like a different color white, but I just printed out enough for the month of December, and these go in the garbage anyways. So, but yeah, in case you're wondering, it's a different shade. Like the pink showed up differently. It's just, but I was like, you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So no appointments this coming week, actually. So that's nice. I know that we have new clients, so we're going to be setting up their portal for new listings for them. And then we'll be starting to show houses this week, although mornings work best for them. So I have a feeling it's mainly going to be Ryan. You guys know how I am with mornings, but also I need to get my calls done. Yeah. So anyhow, so during our CEO time, I just made a note there of what I want to focus on. And then I definitely need to make sure I do my physio this day. And then full moon is Monday. So I want to do my full moon ritual. And then this is the rest of the week. It's just pretty, you know, pretty not exciting. I just did a couple task reminders there based on my weekly task list to remind me of, you know, I should be able to do inserts this day. I don't have anything work-related scheduled, so that's a good day to spend a few hours focusing on inserts. And then mileage, I need to get my mileage done, and then start working on my vision board for next year. And then I've got my goals in here, and that's that. That is my plan with me, all done. Hope that was enjoyable for you and helps you plan your week. And yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Let me know in the comments below. Are you ready for Christmas? Have you decorated yet? Or are you like me, where you're just really behind? I would love to know. And you know what? I'm struggling. So for setting things up for October. So here is I'm going to post it probably tomorrow. The Sterling Ink subscription kit, me opening it up. This is the theme. Like, isn't that gorgeous? And I want that to be my theme in my planner, but then I've got all my Christmas dividers that I made, and now I'm torn. I don't know what to do. I made my beautiful Christmas dividers, so I'm gonna set things up for Christmas, but I'm not sure how long I'll last in it, because this is just, oh my gosh, this is all me. This is all me. Look at the pink and the vintage, like, stamps and stuff. Like, I'm torn. Anyways, I'll figure it out. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, productive week ahead. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.